Hi everyone, my name is Craig Burnette, and I'm here today on Friday, March the 18th, for the Sergeant First Class Charles A. Judge Jr. Memorial Stand Down. Let me tell you just for a minute about what that's about. Stand downs were actually a term that we used in Vietnam. I'm a Vietnam veteran. I was an infantry platoon leader with the 82nd Airborne. And in 1969, 1970, while we were out in the jungle, on occasion, they would ask us to come in for what they called a stand down. Standing down meant that we were able to resupply, get fresh uniforms, get a shower, get hot food, get cleaned up a little bit, rest and relax a little bit before we went back out into the jungles. Using that concept, in 1987, two men by the name of John Natcherson and Robert Van Kuren in San Diego were seeing a lot of Vietnam veterans homeless on the streets. They took the concept of stand down and said, let's put something together for these homeless veterans and bring them in and see if we can help them out and break them out of the cycle of homeless. And also, if they're not homeless, if they're at risk of becoming homeless, let's see if we can help them too. Well, that concept caught hold and started spreading across the United States of America. And we held the first stand down in St. Petersburg, Florida on the East Coast in 1990. And it began to gather steam in other places. I'm a retired psychologist from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, and I retired and moved back to my home place here in Spartanburg, South Carolina, about 10 years ago. And at that time, Spartanburg was not holding stand downs. No place in the upstate was holding a stand down. Some people had heard about the concept and said, why don't we do that here? We have homeless veterans. We have veterans at risk of becoming homeless. We have veterans in need. Let's do something for them. And thus began the stand downs here in the upstate of South Carolina. The first coordinator of the first stand down in upstate South Carolina was at that time Staff Sergeant Charles A. Judge Jr. He was the first coordinator. He helped put it all together, and the first stand down we held was here some 10 years ago. Over the years, the stand down has grown, both in terms of the number of veterans we see, but also just as importantly as the number of community agencies and community volunteers that we see. Those volunteers range from students from the high schools and the grammar schools as young as 7 or 8 who put together comfort kits for our veterans. The students that are in the Beta Club, in the ROTCs, who are 16, 17, and 18, come and help us set up. They help with escorting the veterans who are here. They help with the teardown. Young people involved with our veterans and those who have served our country and help make it and keep it free. The community agencies that come in, multiple community agencies, and I don't want to start citing them because I'm afraid I'd leave somebody out who deserves to have the credit. But they come in during the day as well to help these veterans go through. So that's what stand downs are. It's about the community coming together, both civilians, agencies, and veterans themselves helping and reaching out to one another. The phrase has long been used. A stand down is not a hand out, it's a hand up. If you need some help, you're a veteran or a family member of a veteran who's needing some help, please show up. Please come to our stand down. We'll have another stand down next year about the same time. Again, the Sergeant First Class Charles A. Judge Memorial Stand Down. It is for our veterans, it's by veterans, it's by community advocates and volunteers, and it's the place to be. The question I always ask people when I'm doing presentations about this, if not now, when? And if not us, who? Thank you very much. I hope this is informative for you. And if you need any further information, please go to sergeantfirstclasscharlesajudge.org on the internet. Thank you very much.